So
Yeah.
I started in 2021, both of them with nothing, absolutely nothing. I did reach out to NYTA. I did reach out to the government institutions that are helping small businesses. I don't lie to you, they do help, especially the NYTA part. If maybe you are a seasonal professional and you are currently working for this company and you want to change to another company, this is a guideline. This is a procedure that you need to follow.
Does it matter really how I write my CV? Can that determine whether or not I get a job? And if yes, how do I structure a proper CV enough to attract Makwande's attention?
Okay, thank you so much for that question.
The Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUT FM.
5 minutes exactly before the hour 8. In a moment now, Pulelo will step in at the top of the hour with the news, but we do have Makwande joining us on the line. He is the Chief Executive Officer at Makwande Careers. I will have a conversation with us. In case you wanted to keep in touch with us, this is what you do. Give us a call on 012382 9257. We're also on Facebook. It's TUTFM 96.2. On Twitter, it's TUTFM _96.2. On Instagram, it's TUTFM _ 96.2. Mr. Makwande on the line now to us. Makwande, thank you so much. I know you've been holding eternally on the line for this particular conversation. It becomes finally great to have you on the line. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I cannot complain. You look very, very relaxed for a man who's leading a major company.
I'm doing very well, sir. Not really relaxed. I just gave myself a time to be on this Groundbreaker show tonight. I said, let me just leave other things behind and give myself a time to be here tonight.
Right. Who is Makwande? I know we'll get into other subject right up until the hour 9. We have a very long conversation, and I want us to focus not only on you, but also the journey that you've taken, which might become inspirational, certainly will be inspirational for somebody who may want to walk your journey. Will also get more interested in how you became part of a Plug A graduate. But before we get to that part, though, let's start by understanding who Makwande is. Where are you from, Makwande, and where did you study?
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'll give a summary. I think if I can introduce myself, that you will be involved. My name is Makwande Gcora. I was born and raised at Eastern Cape, in a rural area, not a township gentleman. I'm not coming from the suburb. I'm coming from the bushes. But luckily, I had a good parents who helped me in my lower stage to be able to venture or to study in good schools. For example, the private schools at Eastern Cape and the public schools that I went to, they managed to help me to develop me. When I get to university, at least I was a better first year student. I did math and physics at high school. My high school was not like I cannot say it was an easy way for me to just complete matric and say I got distinctions, I got that. No, I failed matric with a diploma, though I didn't fail dismal. I failed matric with a diploma. Like, hey, what is this diploma is gonna take me in real life? If maybe I'm gonna go to university with this diploma, like a matric diploma, it won't give me the right qualification that can help me to get a job in future. So I had to repeat matric. The most important thing that made me to repeat the matric, my maths and science was not reaching 50%, and that was the most important subject at the time.
Yeah. Look, please, Makwande, hold it there for a moment. As we take the news, we'll have a full hour between the hour 8 and 9 just to explore a couple of things. I wouldn't want to be unfair and cut your statement. It's an interesting story, just how you are detailing how you grew up and where you are now. Very, very inspirational indeed. Please stay on the line to us as we take the news. It's just after 8. 8 minutes exactly after the hour 8. Remember, if you wanted to keep in touch with us, you can give us a call on 012-382-9257. You can give us a direct call or either send us a WhatsApp message there. On Facebook, it's TUTFM 96.2. On Twitter, is TUTFM_96.2, and on your Instagram is TUTFM_96.2. We do have, and by the way, let me remind you that this feature is brought to you by Kalitos, Block H opposite TUT North Campus, Soshanguve, Kalitos Flame Grilled Chicken. We do have Makwande now, obviously on the line to us. I think I may have stopped you somewhere, Makwande, when you were really continuing to tell us your own story. Hopefully you are listening there. I did cut you at a particular point, if you may pick up from that.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. To proceed, I did my undergrad as a chemical engineering student at the Tshwane University of Technology at Cape Town. Luckily, I had an opportunity to get NSFAS as one of the funding to complete my. Although it was not easy because I was doing one of the difficult courses in engineering field, chemical. It has a lot of deep chemistry and science at the same time. After completing, I had a difficult time to find internship after completing my my subjects. I think subjects for foundation diploma, they were 24, if I'm not mistaken. But after completing those subjects, I had a challenge of getting internship. Luckily, I had a connected school. You need, during that time, in order for the graduate or a student to get internship, you need to get a network where you can get a company that can host you as an intern. Remember, I'm from rural areas. I don't have that exposure of who I'm going to compete. On social media, I only connected with people on Facebook, and those people, they can't take me to anywhere. They can't connect me. Only connection I have is at school. So I had to connect with my supervisors, my teachers, the school. Luckily, I got the internship inside the school in the laboratories. I did my first 6 months at school. I was not a quiet person. I'm that person who like to connect, who like to communicate with people on a daily basis. And people around me, they always want to talk to me too. So it was easy for me to make those kind of connections. On a later stage, you know, when you are open about your situation, it's always good to talk about the situation. Luckily, I'm that person who always want to share something with someone. One of the school classmates that I was studying with, they share a post. This post, it was from one of the big pharmaceutical manufacturing companies at Cape Town. I think they also have a branch here, and also they have a branch in Africa. The company was manufacturing tablets, pills, let me say everything about the pharmaceutical industry. I had that background of connecting my qualification, chemical engineering, with some drugs, you know. On a later stage, the contract ended, so I had now to, after graduation, I had to look for a real job. I think it was 2018, during the time the contract was ending, around July 2018. And then after that, I had to go home because I don't have money to pay rent. I don't have money to sustain me to buy food. I have to go home and look for something that can help me to raise money in order for me to go back to the job market. You know, it's not easy to be a job seeker. This is where I learned how to connect with people, how to harm yourself, how to connect with people, what need to be done in order for me to be in the job market, or what I need to be, what I need to do in order for me to get a job. But unfortunately, 2018 didn't go through, and then I had only a national diploma. I decided, you know, let me apply at TET at Gauteng, and I've never been in Gauteng before. It's going to be my time to move from Western Cape, Eastern Cape to Gauteng. I don't have cousins, I don't have brothers in Pretoria. 2019, I did my first year at TUT. Luckily, I had some people that they have the same journey as me. I also joined the guys who were doing, I think it's politics or something, the PASMA guys who were helping students to get accommodation and stuff. So they helped me, you know. I didn't just get all of that because of I was special. No, I get all of that because I was asking. If you ask something, someone is going to answer you and give you a direction.
True. So let me try. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I completed my my BTech in chemical engineering in 2019. 2020, I graduated at TUT. I already had the idea of starting my own company at that time because I saw that going on the job market with not knowing what will happen. Sometimes it will help to have both, to be on the entrepreneurship, to be an entrepreneur, or to get a job from a company. Luckily, I have a background of entrepreneurship. My father is an entrepreneur.
Okay.
We have shops, we have land, we have businesses that we were operating in Eastern Cape. That was my father. I had that background of what you need to do in order for you to get to the entrepreneurship space. So I had that. Let me say, is in my blood to go out there, regardless if you have a qualification or not. But hustling is part of the journey if you want to be successful.
Let me come in there. Let me come in there, Makwande, so that we are able to move together insofar as this conversation is concerned. Now, I see you founded multiple businesses, and like you said, perhaps it may have been part of the bigger vision. I mean, what businesses are you running, and what the process of initiating that? How tough is it, in fact, to run just one business? I'm looking at the fact that you have multiple businesses. When people are failing to run just a single business, I mean, tell us about your journey around that space.
Okay, thank you so much, Sam. As I was moving forward, I think I was in the right journey. In 2020, Corona happened, and I already registered my company in 2020 before Corona happened. I registered in the chemical manufacturing company, but unfortunately, we didn't have much funds to buy equipment. I didn't have clients where I'm going to sell the products. I didn't have companies who are going to help me with the raws, like raw materials. So actually, the lockdown time, during the time of COVID, helped me to realize my dream that I can fund my own company and I can be able to operate my company in the future. 2021, this is when everything started. And when I was coming out from lockdown or from COVID, I had two business ideas. These business ideas was to open my own recruitment company and also open my own manufacturing company. The company, I had a brother and also a family members who were supporting that. If you can open this recruitment company, especially in the construction company, there are a lot of people who are coming from my location or from my area who are looking for jobs and who are based in Gauteng the most, and they don't have connections. Some are uneducated, some they are educated, but they don't have these connections. So and it was a part of the journey, the recruitment company, but the manufacturing company is the dream company. So I started in 2021, both of them with nothing, absolutely nothing. I did reach out to NYTA. I did reach out to the government institutions that are helping small businesses. I don't lie to you, they do help, especially the NYTA part. You need to attend their classes, you need to be a part of what they do. Plus, you need to also make the connections inside because there are a lot of people who have ideas, who want their ideas to be funded. So had those challenges. So I said, you know what, I need something that I can start that will make me to have to start a business without me getting the funding from government because it will take forever. So that's where I decided, let me help professionals, not really helping people who doesn't have qualifications. I need people who have qualifications, who will understand this is the process that you need to follow in order to reach where you want to go. If maybe you are a seasonal professional and you are currently working for this company and you want to change to another company, this is a guideline. This is a procedure that you need to follow. I was a job seeker too at that time, so I started LinkedIn. I made a profile on LinkedIn, I think back then in 2018. During the time I was checking again in 2021, I think it only had 53 followers. 3 years back. It only had 53 followers. I started posting, but I didn't get much attention because people, they didn't know who I am, where I'm coming from. So I had to find something that will make people to listen to me, that will make my my voice to be heard by people in the upper levels. I realized that people who are complaining in a real life, sometimes they don't get assisted, they don't get help. If you are crying, people, they don't want people who are crying, especially hiring managers. They don't want people who are crying. They want someone who's going to show positivity, show determination. You must also show if someone can give you a job, there is a possibility that you are going to bring a value to that company. You are going to be able to take that person's organization to the next level. So my post that I posted in February 2021, it was one of the posts that opened doors for me, both in the business side and also in the career side, in the chemical engineering side and also in the business side. That post helped me to grow my LinkedIn profile, helped me to meet the hiring managers, helped me to communicate with the hiring managers, helped me to connect with CEOs and directors in the bigger companies. So this is where the whole thing started.
Tell you what, Makwande, I see you have your own superstardom as well, in a sense that a lot of people seem to know you, and I'll continue to read those messages we continue. But let me start with one from Sisanda, who is in Klephat Mabopan, and the message is, I have studied with Makwande, and I just want to say I'm proud of what he's doing. That's a very positive message, Makwande. You would know Sisanda, wouldn't you?
I think I have a lot of Sisandas. If you have a same name, that would be better on my side. But I think I know, or I have familiar with the name Sisanda.
Yeah. All right. So another one before we go back to our conversation, because I also want to extract some advice, if you will, for people who want to venture into yours. I also want to know how you fire and hire people. I want to get into the boss's mind there. But this is Khonze from Abopan who's saying, is it advisable to have multiple CVs to manipulate applications? And this is coming from Khonze here.
Okay, to have multiple CVs, this is absolutely good. This is absolutely something most people in the job market, they need to have. The reason for that is because every job that you are applying for, it needs to have a specific words, and it needs to have the job title for that role, for that specific role that you're applying for. And that role, that CV need to match with the job specification. Today, a lot of companies, they are no longer using the older systems of hiring. That thing of go to the company and hand over the CV. In today's job market, you have to apply through job portals. So these job portals, some companies, they are using different systems to collect CVs. Some they are using this system is called application tracking system. So this system is the one that capture the CVs. If some of the CVs are not meeting or matching with the job specification, those CVs, they go straight to the black hole. Some candidates, maybe they're asking themselves, I've been applying for more than 100 jobs. Where are they going to? And they don't have answers. Their CVs are not going straight to the companies. They're going straight to the dustbin. They're going straight to the black hole, and they don't get feedback. Some they do get feedback. The feedback that they get feedback stating that we regret to inform you that your application was unsuccessful. There at the bottom, you will see that the person who was answering this message, this email, it was not a human being. It was a system, because they write at the bottom that the recruitment team, which means it shows that it is that ATS system from that company that rejected this candidate. It's not a human being. So if you have a multiple CVs, you can have 10 CVs, but if all of those 10 CVs are not matching with the job that you're applying for, you are the same with the person who have one CV.
All right. Right. So there's another one. Before I get to your business, I still have 4 more questions. I'll give you this one. from Letlotlo, who's in Amanda Ser, and he's very, very interested. I see you are also pursuing your Master of Engineering degree, which I find to be quite fascinating. Tell us a bit more about that. I would have thought that this is a man on the pound seat. He has already studied enough.
After I started working in my businesses as a director or a managing director, I found that having a low education or not having good qualifications can also close doors, because in the future, people, they are going to weigh you based on the qualifications and the position that you will have in your companies. I have an ambition of opening my own private school at Eastern Cape. I already have the land, I already have some materials that I bought. In future, I want to build my own private school so I can have lower education and while conducting or managing a business like that. So I need something bigger. On the other side, I wanted something that will challenge me based on my career without only focusing on the business. So on this master's degree at Tshwane University of Technology, my project will be to help farmers who are struggling, especially those who are struggling in the rural areas, struggling with energy. You know, electricity prices are increasing on a daily basis. Fuel prices are increasing on a daily basis. So as a chemical engineer, I'm trying to find a solution that will help with those farmers to have energy at a lower cost.
Right. I'm in conversation now with Makwande Gcora, who is the managing director at Makwande Careers, and we are chewing the fat here, having a conversation that might inspire you if you are indeed listening from home. This conversation does happen on an every Wednesday basis between the hour 7:30 as well as 9. We're trying to plug you, and that's exactly what Makwande have been saying. I know that Charlotte made a mention around that as well. Dr. Arulene Brink also said it's pointless when you have jobs sitting somewhere, and was talking about operating in silos and how that is costly within the context of plugging people who need the job. Jobs are there, but the gap is you don't know about that. Employers do not know about how capable and dedicated you are. And we have a boss on the line. Don't worry, I'll ask him if he does consider certain. Does it matter that I spelled my name wrong in the CV? Perhaps do they judge us for that? But we do have one question here from Letlotlo in Amanda Ser. Makwande, who's asking, Makwande here, who's asking, how did you move from engineering to recruitment?
Okay, that's a great question, and I do get that question on a daily basis. The main reason why I moved, actually, I didn't move from engineering to recruitment. I just expanded. You know, when you are in a business space, you are entrepreneur. You a lot of opportunities that are in front of you. You have a lot of chances that you can start something from scratch, learn and ask advices from people who are in these fields. Learn. Today there is a new trend of digital marketing. Currently, not the time I was starting, I didn't start as working deep on recruitment. I started in a digital marketing space where I mastered softwares. You know, as a chemical engineer, we do a lot of software engineering work. Those who did electrical engineering, they will know that if you are doing an electrical engineering, there is a software you call MATLAB. MATLAB, if you master MATLAB, you master other softwares. Even in chemical engineering, you have this similar softwares that works as the other engineering fields. So came across to learn a software about application tracking system. During the time I was unemployed, I had to learn all of this system and see how this system operates so that I can be able to bypass these company systems to apply for myself to get a job. So I managed to master those systems. And when I was applying during the time I was a job seeker, I was managing to get interviews. I almost get, I think I got up to 10 interviews in 1 month, 2021.
Right.
Those interviews, they were coming from how I was drafting the CVs that I'm using to apply in these companies. So it was application tracking system. Then from that application tracking system, I told myself, you know what, let me help other people who are looking for jobs within the digital marketing that I'm good at. I think I considered an expert at that time because I was really good at application tracking system. I helped thousands of job seekers. I don't know how many people that I have helped who got jobs. I don't have a qualification for HR. No, I only have skills in a digital marketing space, and then a short courses from a management and a digital marketing, but not really specifically into human resource management. So this is where I managed to venture in the human resource space. I do work with a lot of recruitment companies, recruiters. I also worked in one of the bigger banks here in South Africa with my digital marketing skills as a talent specialist without having information, but using my skills. I was hiring people who are specialists who are working, in the bank. There are these people who are working in front, and there are those who are working at the back who are busy with the systems to make sure that they work. So I was hiring those people. So from these companies and the people that I work with, I managed to grasp a lot of information. The most important thing, if you are a job seeker out there or you are a professional, you need to network, you need to learn, you need to read books, and you need to make sure that all the time you always keep yourself updated with the new trends in the country.
Right. Yep. And you've made an important point. You said one of the reasons you were considered in terms of the applications that you made at the time is precisely because of the manner in which you wrote your CV and how you pitched those particular applications. Let's get into that for a moment, because people seem to think, it's just typing that CV and sending it, go to sleep, maybe pray a little bit. Does it matter really how I write my CV? Can that determine whether or not I get a job? And if yes, how do I structure a proper CV enough to attract Makwande's attention?
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Playing alone or interacting or going online to any online template, you type your CV and you send it to Makwande as a managing director, thinking that by just praying you'll get a job. Especially if Makwande is using any of these application tracking system to accept CVs. Your CV won't reach my system. Your CV won't reach the HR maybe company in my organization. So to write a CV in today's market, the online templates, the one that have the pictures, the tables, they are no longer really helping. They are no longer really working because some of the application tracking systems, they are not picking up your face that I'm speaking with Mr. Makwande, I'm speaking with Anelisa, I'm speaking with what. They are not picking that. Also, if you're still using the old templates that have tables, that have graphs, that have graphics, that can also affect the measure rate on your CV. CV, it needs to be 75% measure rate going up. If it's less than that, which means your CV, it has a less chances of passing that system. So the best way, the best format that you can use a simple Word document template that doesn't have any graphics, that doesn't have any pictures, any anything that will make the application tracking system to not consider CV. So it has to be simple as possible. Secondly, when you are drafting your CV, obviously you will have your name and surname in full names. Just below the name, you will have your job title, and then you will have your contact details. Some people, they're always skipping the contact, the personal information. You have to write your date of birth. Some people, they argue that if you are putting the date of birth, they are going to be like, now they are discriminating me if I'm 40 years or I'm below. But it is very important because sometimes companies, they want to know the age of the person that they are hiring. How old is this person? Your location, where are you? Are you based in Gauteng or based in Eastern Cape or based in Cape Town? Because a lot of companies, they hire based on location. They don't want to hire someone from Cape Town in Gauteng. Like, hey, this person is going to take long to reach the location, or is going to struggle to get accommodation. So they also consider those things. Instead of you writing your home address, you can write the CBD where you are, or the province and the town where you are, and also the code. And then obviously you will state your availability, your everything that will be needed on your personal information. And then on the other side, you need to write your summary about you. On the summary part, people, they always write like a rundown summaries. You need to write something that will stand out. Remember, you are not the only person who's applying for that role. Thousands of people that are applying for one role. So you need to write something that will speak volume when it reaches the hiring person. If maybe you are applying through emails, if you're applying through online, your summary need to have keywords that will match the. And then below that, obviously, you need to have your secondary education and the tertiary education. And then thirdly, you need to have your work experience. On the work experience, a lot of people, they always do copy and paste. They copy the duties and responsibilities online and paste them on their resumes. And then that, it affects them a lot because the system can, your CV can pass the system, but when it reaches the HR, then now when they're doing evaluations, they will see that no, actually this person copied these duties and responsibilities. It's not his or it's not her duties and responsibilities. Because it's something that people, they don't take into consideration, something we call measurable results or accomplishments. Those accomplishments is something that you did maybe during the time you were studying, or during your practicals. If you are a fresh graduate, you need to have accomplishments. You need to have achievements. You need to have measurable results. All of that will show in terms of stats, the percentage. Let's say maybe you don't have experience. You are a mechanical engineer or you are a civil engineer, but you did a project. that project that you were doing, maybe, or you are a chemical engineer, you were doing a project in the wastewater treatment. You have to mention that I managed to help maybe TUT laboratory to maybe reduce the waste by 60%. That's a kind of measure for results. But you need to have something that will show that you are capable of doing something.
Right. Let's try and run past the number of questions that are coming in, and I'll dedicate the remaining time to trying to cover as much ground as is possible around the questions that are coming in. Makwande, there's the one from Sharon in Block H, who says, I have an advanced diploma in HR. Are there any vacant posts at your company?
Currently, we do not have any post available, but we do get a post from the hiring companies. We do get posts from referral companies. We do get posts from recruiters. We decided, we have a lot of people who are reaching out who are looking for jobs on a daily basis. So we decided, let's open a Telegram group where we are going to, instead of posting jobs all the time on LinkedIn, because some of the jobs that people are posting on LinkedIn, you find that their expiry date has passed, or you find that maybe the company that is posting these jobs online, they already maybe hired someone, or they are not hiring, they are just putting the job out there to make their company profile good. So we decided to have HR managers, recruiters, and job seekers in one big group. So we decided to open a Telegram. We have now up to 12 to 13,000 members in the group. We are mixed with the recruiters, HR managers, and job seekers. Recruiters and HR managers, they are sharing jobs. And then job seekers, they are able to pick up jobs that they qualify for and apply through that Telegram group.
Right. Hopefully you are answered, Sharon, in Block H, but advice would be then to send those CVs into that portal, and you'll get some consideration there. Here's one which now touches basically on the one you've been touching around LinkedIn, and it says, how do you make your profile stand out on LinkedIn?
Okay, to answer that, to make your profile stand out on LinkedIn, a lot of people, they are not really aware of how to use LinkedIn. The most important thing is to optimize. To optimize your LinkedIn profile is to add all the information that is required. And once you are done adding all of that information, there is a part where you need to turn on that setting. It's called creator mode. Creator mode is the one that makes a lot of influencers profile to go viral, which means their profiles can be seen by thousands of people on LinkedIn. Remember, LinkedIn has up to 850 million people across the globe. So once you open that creator mode on, not only people that you are connected with who are going to see that you are open for a job, but almost all the people online and offline, they can be able that you just made a post on LinkedIn and you are looking for 1, 2, 3. Remember, LinkedIn is connected with Gmail. So your email address is connected on LinkedIn, is also connected on Gmail. So people who are on this space, they can be able to see your post online and offline. Another thing that can make the person's profile to stand out, people should stop complaining when they are making posts, their posts on LinkedIn. When you're making on LinkedIn, you need to know your story, why you're making posts, what are you looking for? How do you want people to react to or to give you a feedback from the post that you are putting up there? If you are people, they don't want people who are complaining. They, as I mentioned earlier, that the people they want people who are going to bring value to the company.
Right. Right.
So if you're making a post and you are complaining, no one will give attention to that. Another thing, people, they do write stories about themselves to promote themselves on LinkedIn, but the pictures that they are using, you know, if you are using too much fancy pictures, people, they will think that you are happy.
Okay.
Or people, they will judge you based on your appearance.
All right.
Some, for example, ladies, they wear things that would attract maybe males or whatever that they're attracting on LinkedIn. So you need to wear appropriate. You need to show that you are in a professional space. Some candidates that I've been posting on LinkedIn, I do get feedbacks, and then some managers, they usually tell me that no, actually this person, the dress code is very off, and no one can give this person an opportunity unless this person change the way the person appeared on public. So it's very important to have a good dress code, and your story must not complain, must show that you can bring value to the company.
Says a man who can hire you anytime. We also have some messages coming in there. And remember, if you wanted to keep in touch with us, give us a call on 01238299257. You can also send some voice notes there on what. On Facebook is TUTFM 96.2. On Twitter, TUTFM_96.2. And on Instagram is TUTFM_96.2. A question from Amanda in Soshanguve, listening here, and she's asking, how do you help people? What is your skill?
Okay, that's a good question. I don't have one skill as a person. I have a lot of skills. To help people, I use the digital marketing skills. That's all I can share in terms of digital marketing. I know some people, they are not really sure about the digital marketing skills. The digital marketing skills, when you are able to navigate in the new systems that the companies or the corporate industry is using to take maybe their organization to the next level, even maybe it's the hiring space. So I'm good. I'm also good in the HR digital marketing space. So I do a lot of people who want to revamp their CVs, to do their LinkedIn profiles, to do one-on-one preparation, to show what you need to do in order for you to reach where you want to go. To make things short, because time is not on our side, I decided to write a book. This book, the topic of the book is to get a job on LinkedIn faster. This is the topic of the book. We will be launching the book next week. People who are following me on LinkedIn, surely they already saw some of the posts that I already did about the book. And I think it will help a lot of people who have questions. You know, on this, maybe we can't really share everything in detail because of time. But if the person wants more details, I think in the book it has everything in detail. And how I'm going to draft your CV, how to use ATS, what you need to do in order for your CV to pass a system, to get interviews. The most important thing is not really to get a job. because you need to pass through interviews in order for you to get a job. The first thing is to get interviews. How to get that interview? Those interviews started from the CV, it started from networking, it started from LinkedIn. So those three things, all the information, the secrets are drafted well on the book that I wrote.
Right. And here's one message once again that's coming to you, Makwande. It's coming from Mabopane. And by the way, Mabopane, you are on 96.2. Now, the question here is, do you have connections with other company HR offices to plug in people? That's from Tebogo in Mabopane.
Okay, thank you so much for that question. Today, I have a meeting with Great Star Awards. I'm not sure if anyone is familiar with the Great Star Awards, but they will be looking for 500 graduates, employed and unemployed, who are looking to or who are looking for jobs. How are they going to help them? They are going to give them assessments. From this assessment, they are looking for the top 100 graduates who will be able to pass with those assessments. Once they pass those assessments, they are going to invite companies that they are going to place them, or that they are going to hire them. That's the first one. The second one, we are connected as Makwande Careers, not me as a person, because I do have people that I work with in my company that I have hired. And we do get jobs from the hiring companies, the hiring managers, the recruiters, the referrals. If the person is looking for a job, it's either they are reaching out to my LinkedIn profile and ask for what they call the Telegram link to join the group where we share jobs. I think from there, people, they can be able to apply for jobs. But before you join the group, you need to make sure that your CV is up to date, because we share more than 500 jobs per week. It's not only one person who's sharing the jobs. We are a group of recruiters and the other hiring managers from different companies. They share jobs on that group. But you can apply to a lot of jobs. If your CV is not up to date, the chances of you getting hired or getting interviews, they can still be less. I've seen people doing that after a year, coming back, say, hey, you assisted me with the CV last year, and unfortunately, I didn't really edit or add anything, but I'm still unemployed. The main reason why people, they remain that way, unemployed, no interviews, is because they only get the information that someone shared to them and not learning and keep on editing in order for them to match the jobs that they are applying for. There's another thing in Zulu, another word is called ukondanisa. Ukondanisa is to is to make sure that what you are doing is aligned with what you want to apply for. So if your CV is aligned with that job, they will call you for an interview, because that CV will pass the system. And once it passes the system, the interviewers, your CV will be in front of the interviewers. And maybe, if maybe there are 200 people who are applying for that role, only 20 people that their CVs pass the system. So you are among the 20 people that their CVs reach the company. And then you are getting a call for interview. Or if you are, some companies, they are not using ATS, they are using a questionnaire. If you are answering that questionnaire, this is another strategy that can help a job seeker to get a job faster. If you can master the questionnaire that they are using to hire candidates. For example, Transnet. Transnet doesn't use application tracking system, but they are using a questionnaire.
Okay.
The other companies, like the bigger companies, some of them, they don't use ATS, they use a questionnaire. Once you lie to that questionnaire, then this is where they reject you, because they will find out there is a system that they are using to find out that, no, actually this person lied. And we are looking for this person who have 1, 2, 3. So you need to look the questionnaire, write exactly what they are looking for.
All right. Hopefully you are able to sum this very succinctly. We have Onika here who's asking, I looked at Makwande's profile, that is your profile, on LinkedIn, all the people he helped. Did they have to pay for your services? That's the question from Onika Makwande.
Okay, thank you for that question. We are not working for government. We are not a government institution. We are not a non-profit organization. Unfortunately, I have hired people. So the company that we are working on, we had to find a way that we can offer services. Those services at the end of the day, you will be able to pay that we hired. So we offer services, but our services, they accommodate unemployed and employed seasonal professionals.
All right. Maybe given the time, Makwande, I don't know if I may have a conversation perhaps with the team. I have a very strong team here because we do have questions that are remaining here. Hopefully, you can work around your time and make sure that you are able to have a brief conversation with us next week on a Wednesday, just to get to address some of the questions that we have here. We have Karabo, we have Maria from Pretoria North, as well as Letabo from Soshanguve. But like you said, we're flat out of time. So please, let's try and work around you being available, albeit briefly, just to address this particular question. I really want to appreciate your time, Makwande. You've been great sport. Thank you so much for your time, Makwande.
Thank you so much.
Thank you to leave it all.
Thank you so much. Have a great one.
Right, that's Makwande there, obviously flat out of time, just a minute before the hour 9. And let me remind you that this feature was brought to you by Kalitos Block H, opposite TUT North Campus, Soshanguve. Kalitos Flame Grilled Chicken.
The Groundbreakers, Mondays to Thursdays, 7 to 9 p.m. on TUT FM.